Let's say you played Megabonk and then you went on YouTube and you saw some of these insane runs and you were thinking, how is that possible? Why am I so bad? How do I get better? Well, then you're already better than this person who claims to have 100 hours in the game, and I must be cheating that I max out my item build, which is like the most common thing you do in record runs, you know. Now, before you do a run, it's always good to just toggle the things that you want to have on this run. In this case, I'll go for these items for a specific reason. We will go for luck, experience, difficulty, and size. Currently, there's a strategy to not go for luck and instead go for the purple credit cards, like banish all of the other purples and spam it. But we will not stress this today because then I would need to reset constantly, and if you just want to become better, you don't go for leaderboard strategy, you learn the game. So these are the toggles that I will be going for. And notably, we have Kevin in here to deal damage to me. If you don't want to have a stressful run, don't go for it, but it will be very useful for a strategy I'm using. We have the idle shoes where if we stand still, we double our damage, which is absurd. Some poison related things, AoE, cursed grabbies is also AoE and difficulty. And the important trio, Chonk Blade, Bloody Cleaver and Holy Book. Now, the first thing you need to understand is movement is very important. You want to finish everything on the stage, so diagonal jumping makes you faster, but you can do this either by pressing W and A or W and D, or you can turn around your camera. We already have shield, this is one pickup we want once, and now we go for power up drop chance, but this shield can block an entire hit on you, which is absurd. Now, you may have noticed, if you watch bottom left, my speed was 28. When we move, it's 11. That is horrible. Projectile count is insane to cover more enemies. But yeah, I will explain my thoughts more, so it's not about just copy what I do here exactly, and it's more about that you learn about the game. But yeah, jumping diagonally while turning your camera is what I prefer to do. The simple reason is, and extra jump is insane utility, the simple reason is that I can scout the stage while I'm jumping. Don't give me a credit card now. We have a gas mask or slurp gloves. Gas mask is insane though, I have to go for that. So we need 100 and we remember it's in southwest. Now I don't mind to turn my camera, some people disable that though, so just get like in touch with the options menu, what is there. And when you press control you slide, which is very good if you fall down from high up, lifesteal, we need a lot of that. If you fall down from high up on a slope and you slide, then you won't take any damage. You can also hug a wall, but I usually don't like that. We lock in the katana here to have a second weapon, and we have the ghouls spawning. So there are random enemies that can spawn. These ones are annoying because they're insanely fast. I will still wait to build up my luck first before I open up chests. And before I spawn this, let me get through. Perfect. So yeah, these enemies are no joke. Let's go for crit damage and damage on the katana. But usually with the katana, you want to wait for anvil. Because this means that you get triple upgrades and the weapon really wants to have size, a little bit of projectile count, crit chance, crit damage and damage. The last three are the most important ones. Golden shield means we'll get more money in the future, good. Bonus projectile count on you is crazy, so let's take that. Beer for bonus damage is nice. When you have seen someone experienced play in Megabonk, they will go for a lot of risky strategies. And the way I love to play the game is, I love to stretch the boundaries. So I will also die to many things, and sometimes when you watch my videos, you'll be like, I can't believe how lucky Dex got, that he survived that. Like, if he didn't move exactly in this way, he would have died. Well, the next time I know I need to move exactly in this way, and the more I do it, the more I get used to it. Now, we have a power up here, and that is very powerful. To kill the enemies, count and speed is nice. But yeah, I will use this right now to kill the challenge that we just spawned and a few of the enemies to have some silence. And we just got the toxic barrel. Release toxic waste upon taking damage, poisoning all nearby enemies. We will have Kevin. That deals damage to me. I will increase the poison damage right now, which is good to stack it up faster. Slippery ring evasion. So one question is always, what do I banish? You don't banish weapons and tomes. If you just do a fun run, oh perfect, we need a size tome. If you just do a fun run for yourself, yeah, you can do it. But personally speaking, I think it's really bad to banish them because you want to banish items. They have the most impact in the game, and what tier you banish depends on the build you're running. So in our case, we are going for luck, so we know we'll have high rarity items, meaning I want to banish legendaries and maybe a few purples. Gas mask. Slurp Gloves is also a consideration because it has absurd healing. But now we have overhealing, which means we pretty much can't die all too easily. Okay, I feel stuck right now, like I'm super slow. I'm not that slow, you can see it with the speed, but I feel slow. A golden shrine. Oh. I think before I get that, I will first try to build up some luck to get higher rarity options in it. Moldy cheese is even more poison, or +1 projectile on everything. Now that is a difficult decision. I think I will go for the moldy cheese though, because it's quite an overpowered item to stack up debuffs on bosses. Because you don't even need damage, you just attack a lot, and our first priority is size. Experience gain, very good. Now I will pick up all of the difficulty tomes because it spawns more enemies and faster. But if you feel bad about it, don't do it, but watch the boss HP, okay? So I will touch an enemy to trigger the toxic barrel. Whenever I do that, suddenly a humongous amount of poison is applied, and the dude is just dead. That was it. That was all there is to this boss. Luck, okay, nice. You got poisoned. Projectile count and damage, I will take a little bit of that, but we don't want to have too much because we hope for an anvil until like stage 2 somewhere. And if we movement speed, because we need to get around faster, but if we get an anvil, we can make the katana as broken as possible. Okay, lots of enemies, but they should be poisoned fast. Now Mock's ability spreads the poison once they die. I'll go for size. But yeah, once they die, they spread the poison, which I believe is also affected by size. So this is a very good thing to do. Like, it's insanely powerful is what I want to say. Okay, bonus damage, not bad. Difficulty to spawn more enemies. Nothing you have to take, by the way. I will just do it because it's kind of pointless to show off strategies and explain ideas and concepts if I then don't show you that it works in really broken runs. However, one thing you need to be aware of, even the best players frequently die. Now that happens because they stretch the game to its limits, right? They try to be as weak as possible, to be greedy. We will go for the aura here because we'll invest most of our level ups into it until we get anvil. Oh god, okay, careful. And it's about time that I want to open up the chest, but if we get lucky, if we get lucky, the first thing we find, or one thing that we find, is the green credit card that gives luck per chest opening. Dice scales up its own damage by getting crit whenever it rolls a 6, and it rolls a 1 to 6. That is poison, nice, very good. And damage on you, that sucks. I don't want to see that again. What I want to see are just the 2 leftover tomes, so luck and experience gain. Do you see how fast they die, by the way? Yeah, we have a humongous amount of damage. We don't need damage, at least not right now. Okay, but it's really about time that you give me some luck. So the more I hear, I would really love to talk to it and roll in it a bit. But if you do this with more luck, he gets his offers the moment you talk to him, while the head guys that wear the colored hat, they get their offers the moment the stage starts. So there's no reason to not talk to them, but to the Moai, yeah, you can like just wait until you have more level ups. Wait, that was the hot wave? When did it happen? I didn't even notice it. Key. A very powerful item. Why? It gives you a 10% chance that a chest is for free, though the more you get of it, the less impactful it becomes. Like, I think with 5 of them, it's like a 20% chance, so way less than what you expect. However, I would actually go for projectile speed, that they shoot out a little bit faster. The insane thing is that whenever it triggers, the chest costs don't progress. So they are just stuck on whatever they cost before, so you can open up a lot more. Lifesteal, I'll go for that. We need as much of that as possible with the strategy we're using today. Yeah, size on the aura. And head guy. Ooh, okay. Now that is a very difficult decision, but I think I will go for the credit card because our build will not have damage scaling. So we need to make up for that by items. So any items that give percent damage, like the credit card, or Joe's dagger that scales up your, like, percent damage whenever you execute enemies. Wait, I wasn't meant to go for aura. I was meant to go for the execution, I believe. Or not? I think so. Well, you know what, this also works, because the aura is ginormous, so it hits all of the enemies. Okay, so very soon I actually have to open up the chests. I can't believe I haven't gotten luck, but that's just how it is sometimes. Now, if this was a leaderboard run, I would just reset and we go for difficulty early to spawn more enemies. But yeah, I would just reset because this has been horrible luck to get a run going. We are still missing the 2 utility tomes. So talking about experience and luck. And experience, difficulty, luck are the ones you focus on first. Well, there's some luck. A little bit helps. Experience gain. Nice. So let's check over the stage to see what I've missed. But I will have to go for the golden shrine that I left behind. There's one magnet and I'll use that because poison spreads a lot, so the enemies die out of reach. And this way we'll now get all of the experience that accumulated. Let's go for 1 level in aura. But I need to catch up. Projectile speed on you is horrible. Size and projectile speed, not the best luck. We are done. We have our build, so now the focus is pure creed. If you don't know the game, a big part of Megabonk is learning the game and learning the thresholds, like how much damage you need at what point. So that is just something I can't tell you. That is something you need to develop a feeling for. A very good check is the boss at 2 minutes that spawns. If you kill him in 10 seconds, you know the final boss will die in like 30 seconds. But if it takes a lot longer, then you know, I need to spawn the final boss very quickly, like at 1:30 or so. That you have more time to kill him. Oh yeah, what do I copy? So usually I want to go for keys. We could go for cheese, but I think I'll go for keys and hope the cheese doesn't get taken. Because this gives you so much bonus money. Now here I'm looking for experience gain, difficulty and luck. But if you get such an insane aura offer, we'll take it. And keys? Again, no cheese was taken. Perfect. And key. Again, no cheese was taken. So it's time that I open up the chest. And we have Kevin here. So here's the insane combo. Kevin, when we hit the enemies, deals damage to us. When we take damage though, we also put the toxic cloud out. And when we take damage, we get gold. So our build really wants to take damage, but not by the enemies because they deal too much damage. That just kills us too fast. But this way, we take little bits of damage that is very hard to deal with, by the way, once you have more Kevins, and everyone will just die. Evasion, armor, projectile speed, I don't like any of these, I'll just go for projectile speed. The few projectiles that we have get out faster. Blood marks are insanely good with this, because once we have the bloody cleaver, we will trigger that like crazy. The boss is about to spawn, I need to get going though with the chest openings. Cheese, very nice, that was for free, perfect. So you may have noticed that the chest cost didn't increase. I will go for size here. So how are we doing? Yeah, our toxic barrel has absurd damage. It's actually crazy how much damage. But I need to be cautious now because I'm taking a lot of damage by the enemies. And you can upgrade size early a lot. You don't need the highest rarity upgrades. Because once you have so much size that your weapons cover the entire screen, where the enemies can spawn, you don't need more. Well, okay, this sucked now. I will just have to go for the shrine. There's no other choice. Shield, can you please build up again? I need you to block a hit. Because, yeah, there we go. Very soon, I'll go down to 1 HP. I mean, I have to go for the size. That's ridiculous. So it's time to open up more chests. I hope I find enough. There is a beefy ring. Now, I could banish beefy, purples to get more of the green credit cards and the other good items. I want to have at least one beefy ring. That was for free, nice. Because items, most of them are multiplicative with each other. So if one item gives you 100% damage, the next one gives you 100% damage, you actually have 400% damage. Gold from the enemies is also good. Now, we know we kill the final boss insanely fast, so I will pretty much spawn him at 10 seconds left. When you kill the final boss, the timer will jump down to 10 seconds. But the moment you kill all of them, you get a magnet effect. Okay, beacon for free, nice. And this is why I needed to get started with this. Spicy meatball. Attacks have a chance to explode, dealing 65% damage to its surroundings. Crazy. Only attacks, by the way. So I think poison ticks, they don't count for that. Okay, some invulnerability will be useful. So this means we will farm up the ghost. And this is something very difficult. Idle choose, stand still to deal more damage. Perfect. But yeah, the ghost farming is very difficult. So I will try to explain to you my thoughts. But I have to pay a lot of attention to it. So I may not be able to talk all the time. More luck is nice to scale it up faster. Experience gain is huge. I've never found the boss. Oh, there's the boss. Oh my god. Yeah, the funny thing is, I definitely saw him, because that's why I went here. There is the Moai. So we can roll the Moai a bit. Upon taking damage, send an electric shock to nearby enemies. I'll actually take that, because we take a lot of damage. We'll use the magnet here. You can also keep the magnet to get it when you're in the endless wave, to hoover up all of the experience, but I'll not bother with it. Not today. Experience gain is the main focus. Let's go for luck. I want to balance all of them a little bit, and this is not good. It looks good, but it's not. Let's go for luck. Let's go for experience gain. So, if I wait longer with the boss spawn, it means we can use the magnet effect while the ghosts are already going on. Which is a reasonable thing to do. Percent damage increase, chose dagger. Oh my god, all of them are free. Another toxic bear, it's also for free. You know what, I'll do it on the next stage. So, the bosses spawn, we have the toxic barrels kicking in. Let's just jump around them, but it's not a shame if you just leave the area and go up here to have more area to deal with. You just have to stay afloat, like you have to stay in the air. And just a little bit more and he's dead. That was actually dangerous there. I almost died. Well, I mean, almost died. I needed to take another hit, which is unlikely, but it can happen. Berger. I hate the Berger. I should really banish that, but I want to banish legendaries and so on. So here the difficult part is, the enemies can pretty much push you away from the portal, so you have to pay a lot of attention to what you're doing. I will go on this side, because our aura will hit the enemies coming down, and our toxic barrel hits the rest that come from the top. So usually, you want to leave at 1 minute, because that's where the black ghosts spawn, and they are really strong. However, some builds can deal with them, and you can extend this further. So when do you leave exactly? Well, the moment the enemies touch you and break your shield, I will instantly press the leave button. More damage with the poison and size is good. What I should actually do is I should go on this side. The problem is they spawn very close to me. Like, you may notice some of them will spawn. There's a red gem. I need that. That is a lot of experience. Good. The gem color indicates how much experience is in there. And red gem is the highest tier, but it can have an infinite amount. But yeah, they get really close now. And I need to get ready to instantly leave if they touch me. Yeah, did you see that? I saw him walking in. I got ready with the E press. And the moment my blue shield disappeared, you get a little bit of invulnerability that you can't get hit again. So it gives you enough time to just leave. So on this stage, I want to wait with the luck a little bit until I open up more chests. Because we want to get more purples and especially legendaries. Since one main focus is that we get the revivals. I'm not gonna trigger the Moai here, though I may do it any moment. Just because the purples are very valuable. Bush is one thing you really don't want to trigger unless you feel insanely confident you can deal with him. But because we get so low, right? Like, look at our HP. If he hits us and hits us again, and he shoots at us and he's insanely fast, it's just game over. So there's no reason to risk that unless you have a build that is absurdly overpowered that kills him insanely fast. It's not about how you kill these masses or even bosses by stacking. It's whether or not he has enough time to break your shield and kill you. Man, I need to banish the Bergers. I'll never do it. It's a common, okay? But I should do it. Like, just for the satisfaction of it, okay? Before we get a misunderstanding that it's good. It's not good. Do I use the magnet? I don't think I care. Experience gain is right now the biggest focus because this is how you max out builds. And most people that don't manage to do it, they are not greedy enough. But keep in mind, you don't have to be insanely greedy. You can also just be reasonable because that's enough to win. Okay, I know I return for the Moai later on in North, so I will just take the magnet here because that's a little bit too much. Let's open up a few chests. Well, that's why I don't do it. How much luck? 78%. Yeah, that's nothing. Katana. Man, I should do it. But I want to have good upgrades or the anvil. There's a dude about to touch me. More percent damage. Okay, I have to be cautious now because enemies fall down from these cliffs here. And when they jump on top of you, you just die. I need more size is pretty much what this means. That everything gets hit way earlier. So this dude got generated in the very beginning when I went here with 78% luck. That's a decent chance to get 1 purple out of him. Or do I just trigger the Moai? Like, the thing is, he has things that I see. Like 3 things sometimes. So if it's a credit card, I would really want to have that. Or lifesteal. Or revival. Let's go for experience gain. There's a chest, but first we'll take care of the bosses. These 2 piggies, they aim where you're jumping, while the stone golem aims where you are. So these ones here, you want to be very cautious how you move, because if you jump and you're falling downwards while jumping, which happens at the end of it, right? From the top you fall down, they will shoot into the ground, and then sometimes just little tidbits of the explosions are visible and will kill you. Because it looks like the explosion is just being formed, but nope, it's at max size and about to explode. Another gas mask, nice. Experience gain. Let's talk to you, hope for a credit card. Oh, that is interesting. So Kevin would mean more gold, but it only works if you have more than 1 HP. And right now it doesn't seem like we have enough lifesteal to deal with the Kevin, so I will take the AoE. Let's open up a few chests. Yeah, I regret it. The greed in me always wants me to open up chests. One thing that is important, by the way, if you can't keep track of the order of things that you did on the stage, like where you walked around and you don't have this in your brain, then just do it in a logical way. Do not follow the patterns of the stage by what is reasonable, like walking wise, and instead... Scheiße. Okay, we have a problem. This is insane, this is insane, this is insane. All of these are insane. Now this is between the Holy Book and the Saki Magnet. I think I have enough AoE to take the Saki Magnet. That is a very difficult decision. Why? The Saki Magnet means you can farm the endless wave that spawns the ghost. Remember how I had to walk around? That's not supposed to happen. How did you get in? But yeah, remember how I had to walk out to collect all of the experience? Now we don't need to do that anymore, which is insane. And by evenly upgrading difficulty and experience gain, we not only get more experience out of the... That's insane, I gotta take that. We not only get experience out of the enemies, but at the same time, more enemies spawn. Let's talk to this dude here. I will take the beer for bonus damage, but these options aren't great. Here we have a magnet. Be aware that a magnet rarity legendary that we have is limited in reach, and also it takes a while to pop off. Meaning, you still want to use a magnet when you find it at the end of the stage to hoover up everything that was out of reach. Now, I still have to go for more size to make sure the enemies get hit earlier. Yeah, we don't have enough damage. That is a downside, because I went for the tome. Projectile count, like the size tome. Fork allows mega crits, that is insane, because we crit a ton. And I think it's about time that I will open up all of the Moais. Maybe I'll do it after the next horde wave. Oh, that's an evil decision. So Echo Shard has absurd value because you max out faster. The only big issue with that is, and I'll go for the idle shoes. In our case here, our character doesn't scale beyond the max level, where we max out all of the items. So it's still good to max out everything faster. However, other characters, they gain bonus stats at that point, like still crit chance or percent damage or gold gain or something. We don't. So yeah, I'll avoid it. Pickup range is not needed. Elite spawns is nice, but could be dangerous. Another thing you should always pay attention to is how many jumps you have. So in my case, I have 2 jumps. If I jump down a cliff, then I can just use a jump before I land to not take fall damage and break my shield. Another idle shoes, perfect. And with the magnet, we can now make full use of the idle shoes when we farm for the ghosts. Crit chance is very important. Experience gain. Okay, so what I'll do is, I will walk to the back of the stage after finishing the last things we need. You know what, I'll go for a bit of armor. The gold gain was better, but armor is fun. But yeah, I will quickly finish the stage. Then I will walk back to the very far back where the Moai was. Then I will walk to the other Moai here. And then we just go to the boss. Experience gain or luck? I'll go for the experience gain. I think experience gain is actually a little bit more important. I'm getting spooked because we don't kill the enemies fast enough. That means we'll face a lot of difficulties. And now I wish I had a holy aura. But I had to make a choice whether I take the magnet or that one. I mean, I want to banish legendaries. But it will take a while that we get to that point. And we're already on stage 2. So I will just banish the beefy ring. Like, I will banish a few purples, maybe 2 at most. And the rest is for legendaries that are bad. Okay, there are 2 more difficulty totems. I like it. And now you may notice the cabin doesn't keep up anymore. So this is a moment where I can easily take more cabins. Because we actually need to lose HP to overheal. Let's go for the luck. What is down there? Nah, that's next to the boss shrine. It's a magnet, funny enough. So we can use it at the very end for the leftover experience. Okay, that is a horrible layout. But yeah, did you notice how I went over the stage? So first I went into the corner back there. Then I diagonally moved over it to explore everything. Then I went to the next corner. And now I'm doing the rest that is left over. That's because I have that on my mind where I was. But that's down to experience. And if you don't have that, you can just go into one corner. Then you walk along the line. Then you move a bit to the right. Walk back. Move a bit to the right. Walk over. And you keep doing that. This way you'll get to see everything. Oh my god, so many toxic barrel triggers. This is absurd. So here's the horde wave, and that's what I was waiting for, because this will be a lot of level ups, which means we get more luck, and then I'll trigger the Moais. For the Moais I can also use rolls, because it's a high chance we get legendaries, but I also don't want to mess with it too much, because we can use the rolls on the next stage to get a guaranteed, well, not guaranteed, but a very likely revival. I will actually upgrade you a little bit. Aha, projectile count is not worth it. We have enough of that. Let's go for size and crit damage on you. Dude, I'm getting spooked how long it takes to kill the enemies. Another toxic barrel. Funny enough, I don't even want that many of it. But it's also, I don't hate it. Like, I would rather like to have a green credit card, which we haven't gotten so far. Let's go for the aura again. Let's go for size. Let's go for luck. Experience gain. And this is why we do this. Experience gain. Purple aura is good enough. Duration and size on you. The poison flask is another weapon that doesn't really matter. Like how many level ups we have in it. Because it won't be the main damage dealer, but it's a nice help. Okay, I have to be a lot more greedy. Like, I'm upgrading too many of my weapons, and that's too much. I'm just a little bit spooked, because usually I go for damaging tomes, or a way to deal a lot of damage. Chumps are needed here, let's go for it. But yeah, usually I do that, and here I didn't. So this is also a learning video for me, where I check out how strong are we and what is needed. Cheese, always needed. So now we have a triple jump, that means we can get up easily here, by very quickly jumping in a succession. But I'm running a little bit out of time. Okay, so we noticed that it takes very long to kill the bosses. This could be because I wasn't in reach. But it's probably because we are just a lot weaker. Let's refresh, let's refresh, let's refresh. I'll take the Echo Shard. That was horrible. So how fast do we kill them if I'm close to them? Yeah, so this means I need to summon the final bosses insanely fast. Okay, so far so good. Another boss is missing. That sucks. We'll just kill the 2 and then we move to the boss. There's still a Moai on the stage that I'll grab. It won't be the worst thing that it takes a while. For the final bosses, I mean. Because we can deal with the ghosts easily. Okay, can you maybe not do that? Why are you so fast? Stop that. So he will just die, which means I'll move out. Because he will teleport in front of me. Unless something keeps hitting him. Nope, it seems to be good. So he's about to teleport, and then I can just walk into him and finish him. Yep, there he is. And there we go. Now we are running out of time though. It took like 40... That is AoE on crits, perfect. It took like 40 seconds to kill them. Like, ignore the part where I just walked away. That's not killing time. Because we don't attack him, right? But yeah. That means the final boss will take roughly 2 minutes, but we will scale up in damage more as we are attacking. And there's the Holy Book. Perfect. Oh, this is bad. I'm getting too distracted by too many things, and I want the Moai. I don't 100% remember where it was, but it was around the corner here. Okay, Phantom Shroud. Don't really care, but I'll take it. Like, yeah, there it is. You see it green on the minimap. Like 90% of the time, I look at the minimap. Maybe not 90, we just got the Bloody Cleaver. We have the Holy Trinity, except for the Chunk Blade. But we already have 29% lifesteal. But lifesteal now triggers Blood Mark stacks. And it also applies Blood Marks. And Blood Marks scale with your max level. So now experience gain is all of a sudden insanely important to max it out. That we end up on a higher level at the end. Let's go for the luck. Let's talk to the Muay. You know that I hate you a little bit right now. We don't need 2 magnets. Well, I'll take a Joe's Dagger. Kevin was also reasonable there, but Joe's Dagger or Kevin, hello? That's an easy decision for me. That was for free, good. So now we should be incredibly overpowered because we have the AoE explosion. Though we may not be taking enough damage for it to properly kick in. Luck. Because then we can't overheal. Feathers, useless, but I'll take it. Now here we have a magnet, and the goal is we have to stand still to trigger the idle shoes. So far this is looking good, but I don't like my vision area right now. Like, we are way too limited and there's a boss incoming, careful. Okay, more aura, nice. Yeah, but do you see how much damage we deal now? A lot of the help is from the book, but in general, I think we had more than enough time. Because the ghosts either way just get one shot for like 2 minutes. So that was more than enough time to take them eventually down. Always pay attention how they walk and if they could get into your way and then just turn around. So you also need to pay attention to where the explosions of them spawn on the floor. And that's what I meant earlier. Like, a lot of this game comes down to experience. So it's no shame if you don't do that well because you just need to get more experienced. Well, it's funny. And now we have time because the enemies are relatively weak. So I will go around and open up no chest. Yeah, I can look for golden chests. I like to miss them. Like, I don't enjoy it, but it happens a lot. It's also not so easy to see the things. Luck. So here we want to be as greedy as possible. That means I want to max out our luck and experience gain. Also difficulty to a big degree. I need more Kevins. I really need more Kevins. We are not earning enough gold from the golden shield because Kevin is not dealing damage to me often enough. Aura, perfect. Experience gain, difficulty. Let's go for poison flask, I guess, but that's not good. It wasn't for free. Okay, so now I'm slowly getting ready that the ghost will push in and kill us. Keep in mind, we don't have a damage build. So we rely on items buffing us up as much as possible. Which, I mean, is generally the case. Like, items are the main thing in this game. Which makes sense, right? Because, this sucks. I'll go for the size on you because it doesn't matter. But yeah, it makes sense because if weapons were the strongest thing, but items interact with your weapons, so they scale off of it, it would be weird if they wouldn't be the strongest, the thing, the items, because they always multiply the weapons. Okay, so we can go to the back here. This is a little bit dangerous because they can just jump into my bag. But I don't think it's close enough. Like, it's too close to the wall is what I mean. So it shouldn't allow the enemies to get to me. And do you see the magnet impact? Like, how insane that is? Yeah, it's insanely helpful. And look at my damage going up. 8.8 times. 9.1 times. 9.4 times. I think this is actually bad. I want to be on the other side. They take too long to get hit while they are flying down. So this is a horrible boss spawn location. 8.2 times. You need to scale up very fast. We don't have a revival, so I have to be incredibly cautious what I do here. We also don't have anvil yet, which is bad. Experience gain. Experience gain. Size. So the moment we hit 10 times experience gain, it's maxed out, but then we will select it to avoid bad level ups, right? We want to make the katana and the dice as overpowered as possible. So taking a green level up just because it's green would suck. So instead what we do is... I think I'll actually... No, it's fine. So instead what we do is we avoid that level up by just picking up experience gain and waste the level up. It's like a skip. Difficulty, difficulty, luck, and more difficulty. I need more percent damage. How do I get that? I sadly can't get the chest because if I move, I become weaker. I did get moved, but we have our damage bonus still. Good. Or is this the damage bonus from getting hit? 18.1. No. I have to pay attention to that. Okay, size yet again. That's a little bit overkill, but I'll take it. I will take this katana upgrade because the katana deals absurd amounts of damage. We just want the anvil first is the problem. Okay, poison flask to dodge. Difficulty. So in a normal build, you're way stronger at this point, and usually people on stage 2 get to like 10 minutes, but this is on leaderboard runs. Though on non-leader... we lost our damage, that's bad. Yeah, I have to leave, because we get pushed away, and when we are pushed away and lost the shield, I have to return to the portal, which is too much time, and we die. But that's just what happens, you know, get moved, lose the damage. You know what, I'll take that. More duration means the poison stacks up higher. There's the shrine, very good. We also have a magnet here, so I can hoover up all of the experience that was on the stage after I'm done. Damage to elites, very helpful. I just feel so insanely slow. So I think the way I'll do it is I'll go over this direction because it looks like an annoying direction. So I'll clear that first. Like initially when I don't see something that piques my interest, like a moai or a shrine, I just walk over the stage. In the same way I described you that you should do. So we like go into one corner, which is back there. That's where we started. And then we just walk over here. And we'll jump up. First do the things on higher elevation and then go down. More lifesteal for the future, sure. You know, we want more cabins. Now, whether we get them or not is a whole different story. And you. Knockback, pickup range, lifesteal. Easy choice. Easiest choice of my life. I just need to get cabins. One habit that I got into is to take the chest furthest away from the portal. Overpowered lamp is overpowered, we'll take that. Triggers on hits more often. But you have to always take chests that are really far away from the portal. Because if you stay at a portal and you get a lot of gold and you want to open up chests, it kind of sucks because you can't. There's like nothing close by. Though with idle shoes, we don't want to move either way. Beer. Oh, the boss spawns at 6:30 here, so we have to hurry. Nice. How's our experience looking? 5.5 times. I gotta say, this build here without the bonus damage is really not great. Okay, power up chance. Now, one thing I should also mention is, the difficulty has an assumed limit at 600%. But this is a lot shakier now than it was before. Because before the maximum amount of enemies on the stage were 160, like that can spawn per interval, and now it's 300. Perfect, we needed the cabin so badly. So 300 either means you need more difficulty, or it means that the same amount of difficulty just reaches 300 spawns. So don't rely on that too much, but most people that do leaderboard runs have the goal of 600%, but then they also take any bonus that appears. But they try to limit it, that you take low level upgrades on the difficulty tome. I feel like we deal a lot more damage now. Yeah, look at this. That was insanely fast, the kill. Key. If we find the sniper guy, I think I can take on him. We are strong enough at this point. And if we do that, we also know we are way too overpowered. Like, we are super strong for the final boss. Project damage to elites. So now I will go back a little bit, like I scouted to the side. But I'll go back a little bit and do all of the things that are left over. The trail of experience. Yeah, cool, we are a little bit late. The trail of experience helps a little bit. But one mechanic in the game is when you stand still or when there's too much experience on the stage, it just gets like collected into one big red gem. I talked about this earlier, but this means you can't use the trail of experience as indicator where you were. The swarm is incoming. Did we already kill the bosses? Or do they only spawn at 4:30? I thought there are 2 spawns that happen. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused right now, it's fine. I always get the timing wrong on the stage, but it doesn't matter. Damage to elites over difficult. Maybe difficulty was actually better. Okay, luck. Difficulty. Luck. Why did it take so long to level up? We haven't leveled up in ages, and now all of a sudden, everything happens at once. Okay, difficulty. I know we have the magnet, but it doesn't take like 3 minutes to trigger the magnet. Luck. 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 I will go for 1 level and it dies. Okay, aura. We don't need more size here by... Well, actually, some of our abilities may need size. How did we not collect that? You know what? I'll use the magnet. There's no reason to not do it. touch him. Difficulty. Experience gain. Experience gain. Experience gain. I kind of abandoned experience gain a little bit too much. Like, level 37, while this one is 49, is horrible. But I can't change it. Like, sometimes the game just gives you the stuff you don't want to see. I will go for the katana there. But yeah, that's what's happening right now. Damage and crit damage, I'll also take that. We wanted to have the anvil. We didn't get the anvil. We may still get the anvil. But now it's a little bit too late. Like, I have to go for the weapons eventually, or we don't have damage. Armored attack speed. Very good. There's a bushy. I hope we have enough damage for him. Size, max HP. Yeah, sure. Luck. Okay, we may have a problem here in a moment. Yep, and this is the problem, because he charges you down, broke our shield, he's about to shoot. That deals a humongous amount of damage. And this is why I said don't spawn him. Oh, Dex, but you said don't do it, and now you did it. Why did you do it? Well, isn't it even better that I show you exactly the reason? That I'm not just talking stuff, but it's true? Right? Also, I want to have fun. Dude, he's literally sitting below me. The worst thing that can happen with the dude is that you jump and you land on top of him because he's so fast. Because it doesn't count as a fall. So you don't, like, your jumps don't reset and you're just stuck on him and he kills you. Dude, if I die to the guy now, this would be peak comedy. But it wouldn't be that great because you wouldn't get to see it. Gas mask, nice. Yeah, I need to upgrade the katana. It's way too late. Like, this needed to happen ages ago. I was hoping for an anvil, but it just didn't happen. So he's about to die. That's good. Okay, so it took like 30 seconds, I believe. Maybe a bit more. Luck when opening chests is still nice. Do you see all of these peasants dying? Duration helps poison, but we don't actually want that because we want to one-shot the enemies as fast as possible. Grandma's AoE tonic, good. But we still don't have a revival, and revivals are necessary to max out. If you don't get a revival, you have to leave so early, and that just kills you. Aura, okay, I'll take that. We need damage, but I need the katana now. So here's the boss shrine. This is where we started, so I will walk over there now. We got heavily delayed, but it should be fine. And look at how much experience we are getting. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I'll go for the luck here. Experience gain is right now #1 focus. Difficulty, luck, experience gain. We are getting close to the 10 times. It doesn't update as you select it, only once you're out, so you have to roughly estimate where you are. But I would guess you're right now at like 8.7. Luck, luck, size, experience gain, size, experience gain, luck. That is so many level ups, but do you see that when you don't get experience, it really hurts. Okay, experience gain. Difficulty, size. I will go for 1 level in katana. As I said, I don't want it, but look at this, 9.5 times. So I think my 8.7 estimate was very spot on, because after that I still took more upgrades in it. Is there another magnet? Please tell me that's not the case. No, we got so many magnets on this stage, which means these could have been shops, you know? And because we have so much luck, this is so like, if we find a Moai, it's borderline guaranteed to contain legendaries. Why are there so many boss summon shrines? There are 2 over... Yeah, and the boss just spawned. Funny. Very funny, my friend. No. Luck. Okay, so how much do we have? It should be 10 times now. Or really close. So it's about time that I just upgrade the weapons. And luck. And difficulty. And luck. And difficulty. And the weapon. Got there fast. Cool. So I have 3 boss shrines on this stage that summon more bosses. The boss is already spawned, so that doesn't do anything. That is really unlucky. Like again, if this was 1 Moai, it's pretty much guaranteed to have legendaries, and we still have rolls to get more of them. Echo Shard to level up faster. This is one, by the way, I skipped early on because the character doesn't infinitely level up, like he gains no benefits. But this is something you really want to take. Just because it makes a huge difference. We have 9.9 times. Okay. Just 1 more upgrade. Gold chest. Spicy meatball. Luck. So at this point, I'll probably stop taking luck, because at one point you just gotta say, nope, it's enough. This is insulting. You know what? I'll not even buy from you. That's actually straight up insulting. There's a blue duplication one. Is there a blue one I want to have more of? Kevin. Right. Just a lot of Kevins. Yeah. I think I'll do that. I mean, our overheal is barely keeping up. Like, we should have way more overheal than what we have right now. But maybe I'll do that. Just more Kevins. Or the idle shoes. No, I think the Kevin is more important. Is it though? That's a really good question. I don't know it. Oh, I hate that right now because I have no idea. I think I'll just go for the Kevins and hope it's the right choice. Size and crit damage, sure. Boah, but the idle shoes is insane. Hey, it's fine, Kevin. You took, okay, blood marks, that sucks a lot. Okay, we want that. But we do still have it, just not as much anymore. 4.2k for another Kevin. Did I miss something on the stage? Wait, I feel like I wasn't in the back there. You know, back there. To the far back. Okay, I will check that out, but we have to return to the spawn very soon. No, it looks like even this is not enough for Kevin. Oh, I have 10,000 gold. When did that happen? Luck. Difficulty. Hey, mate. Can you... I don't know how to feel about this run. It was an experimental run, to be fair. But then we have no bonus damage, and that we didn't end up with the... What is it called? The revival is the major issue. So let's go to the back here just to confirm that I was there or not. Because I feel like I wasn't. But that would be weird if I wasn't. Okay, we lost no idle shoes. I just checked again. Yeah, there's a shrine, but honestly that isn't important. I need to get the katana now. We're getting to the point where it really matters. Okay, mate, I got so much luck that you give me the good upgrades now and we have fun. Okay? Fun. Yeah. Yeah. Power up drop chance, nice. But I can't move, right? So that's that. Here I can go for the luck because the potion really doesn't matter. Let's get back. Is there... No, I don't see a golden chest. The enemies also don't drop chests. Okay, I gotta say, this was one of the worst runs I've ever had. If we managed to max out the build, this would be insane. Because this is like the worst run. Luck-wise, like, you know, an upgrade. Like, it looks good, but because we have very weak weapons, we're actually insanely vulnerable. I hate projectile count on you because we have 7 projectile count, but let's get a little bit more, I guess. Aura? Yeah, I just have to go for them now. I need crit damage and crit chance on that. And base damage. Crit damage and projectile count is fine. So we still want to open up chests before I return to the portal. We are more than strong enough to not have to return immediately. Yeah, I'll take the difficulty. Let's go for size. Let's go for aura. Let's go for damage and crit damage, sure. Damage and size is not that great. Yeah, I'll skip that. Like, that's not worth it. We're about to open the chest. Let's hope it's a Saravaruju, because if not, I have no revival, and that was just it. Yeah, I will have to leave very early. Now, mirror is one... You want to have one of them. More than that doesn't really matter. It blocks one hit on you, so first we lose the shield and then the mirror. Or first the mirror and then the shield, doesn't matter. But the point is, it's very good. The issue is, if you get multiples of that, it recharges faster. But usually once you get hit, you will get hit again right afterwards. So you need to leave at that point. Still no revival. Do you understand how bad this is, by the way? Because this portal here doesn't have like a portal part to it that blocks you, where you don't get pushed away. In other words, if the enemies push me, I will just die. Damage and crit chance, good. I will go for the luck here. Let's go for the size. Crit chance and size is still okay. Luck. Projectile count and crit chance, maybe a little bit more projectile count on it, yeah. Do I trigger the magnet already? I don't think I'll move out anymore, so we just want to hoover up the remaining experience on the stage. We don't need more size. Like, you may have noticed, we are big enough, right? Well, actually, let me check. Size and crit chance, sure. But not that much more of it. Projectile speed, we need a little bit more that it hits the enemies earlier. Yeah, we have more than enough size. Look at this. Like, we still have the size tome. Keep that in mind. So this will give us way more size. That means I don't have to take it on the weapons. Size, sure. Luck. None of these matter. Difficulty. Crit chance and crit damage, good. Damage and size. So do I already stand still? The reason I don't like it is we don't... Oh, why are you in the corner here? Because they spawn right next to me is the issue. Okay. Crit chance, projectile count, I'll take it. Luck. Difficulty. Luck. Now I understand the irony that I made a point in the beginning that I said, ooh, the person said maxing out is so hard. But keep in mind, we still have a full stage ahead of us. And this is a test build where I wanted to see how the AoE works with the Holy Book. And the thing is, we spawn in the worst possible location where the enemies are right next to me. Right? The goal of area is that you have a huge difference between you and the enemies, that they get hit a lot by your attacks. But now I'm literally cuddling the wall here. And they spawn in there. So that's really bad. Projectile count and crit chance. Dude, if I actually manage to max this out, this would be ridiculous. Difficulty, sure. Size and damage. Crit damage and damage. Now, aura is usually one weapon people don't take. They go for Flame Walker most of the time. I don't like the Flame Walker though. Because the issue with the Flame Walker is you have to turn around. And if I turn around, I lose my idle shoes. So right now I can still do it because it's early. But very soon I won't be able to do it. Crit chance and damage is very good. Crit chance and damage. Size, sure, because the rest sucks. Luck. A little bit more projectile speed. Okay, I'll accept that. Luck. Luck. Difficulty. Experience gain. Experience gain. Size. Luck. Difficulty. So how far do they get in? I'll take the count there. It looks like they still get one shot. Okay, Slurp Gloves, that is the first one, funny enough. I have enough money for the chest, and I will take the one further away, just in case I do it again. So how much damage do we have? 16.6 times. That is abysmal. Okay, funny. I got my hopes up, by the way. I got my hopes up for the revival. This is a revival-less run. And let it be known, revival is one of the few things I always aim for. Damage and crit damage is way better than luck. I have to take that. Luck. Difficulty. How much do we have? Okay, that's good. Projectile count and size. Sure, why not? Difficulty. Crit chance and size. I will take it, but that is the last size I'll ever take on it. It's already level 28. More difficulty. More size. Oh my god, our size is ginormous. Holy moly. Oh, there's a chest. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, but you had to do it. Well, so now we got to a point where I didn't use most of the banishes because we... You know what? I'll take a little bit more projectiles because the weapon needs it. Nah, no size. I'm done with that. Crit damage projectile count is okay. Luck. Yeah, I mean, what do I think about the run? Would I do this again? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's bad. I mean, it's fun. If I got lucky and got one more of the Holy Book, which is meant to be the main carry, I think we would have been fine. Crit chance, projectile count. Nah, we have enough projectile count on it. I can't believe we don't have the anvil as well. The anvil is missing and that? Really? Really? What was that? There was a flash. Difficulty. Luck. Perfect. Difficulty. I mean, it's looking good. 22 times damage, 23 times damage. Man, I'm so scared. If I get pushed, I'll just die. Yeah, this is really, really scary. Difficulty. Size and damage, I don't care about you. Projectile count and crit damage, you know what, good enough. Size and crit damage, I need to increase that one size a little bit. So it's damage and crit damage, perfect. Size, sure. Projectile count and crit damage, nah, luck. Difficulty. Crit chance and size. Yeah, size is still important on it. Count and crit chance. Okay, one more of that. I'll take you. Sizing. No, 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 no. Crit damage on damage is good enough. Count and size. No, dodge. Size. So at this point, there's no reason to go for more size. Well, it would actually make our weapon bigger. Just a little bit of reason to go for difficulty to reach 600. And no reason to go for experience gain. So we're actually about to... We had 2 minutes and 35 seconds. What am I scared about? The enemies will just get one shot here. Like, they have no chance. I don't have that much damage. But yeah, it should be fine. Okay, difficulty. 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 No, no. Size. Difficulty. Crit damage and damage is perfect. I hate that we don't have an anvil. This hurts so much to know how much worse it is. Difficulty. Difficulty. Size and crit chance. No, size. You know the painful thing is I usually get the anvil. Did I just get pushed or was this an object? No, that was an object. Like, look at how fast they die. There's no way they got to me. There's a free chest chilling next to me. Keys, don't make it for free. Good. And now keys, make this chest over here for free after we level up. Let's go for more difficulty. We actually almost maxed out. Crit chance and damage is perfect. Size and crit damage good enough. Crit damage and damage, nice. No, I'll go for you. Size. Size. So at this point, I don't want to take high difficulty, but I'm questioning if 600% is really the limit. So I may go beyond it. But like all that would happen is if you're at the cap of spawns, it would spawn... That is perfect. Nice. It would just spawn stronger enemies, but not more of them. And that's obviously not very helpful. Man, now I'm getting scared because we see we one-shot the enemies, but these ones here get really close sometimes. How do I not get pushed away here? Because, yeah, if they push me, I die instantly. Sizing now. Projectile count and projectile speed is good enough. Difficulty on a lower level is good. I'll also take the higher level. It's whatever. Let's just max it out, that it's out of the way. Difficulty. So I have two choices here. Either I stand like on this side here. So if they push me from like out here the wall, I get pushed into the frame and I'm fine. Or I go on the other side, but if they manage to push me out, I will get catapulted away. And that's a very big issue. But if I'm over here, I'm closer to them. Here I'm further away and get blocked by the pillar. So which one is more reasonable? That's a good question. I honestly don't know. Damage and crit damage, good enough. Difficulty. Size. Size and damage, sure. Nah. There's only one more level up to it, so I will wait for a legendary. Size. Yeah, I honestly don't know what to do here. So how much damage do we have? We are really strong now. We should easily get to 6 minutes here. Like, I can walk around and do stuff. Like, I'm looking mostly for chests, golden chests that I missed. Also opening up chests that are further away. Size. Size. Experience gain. I don't want you. I'll go for this one to dodge it. I don't even look at what it is, but it's the one that I use to dodge. Okay, experience gain, because we have to. Size, sure. Size again. Nope. 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 Okay, I mean, you can give me one good level up, you know. Just one. I would be happy with that. What is the size of this bottle? Did you see that? Holy moly. I want this, but I need legendary. I don't accept a non-legendary as the last level up. That's like one thing I always do. Not good enough. I'm looking for a better one. Crit chance and damage is good enough. Size. Projectile count and damage, sure. But yeah, did you notice now how much stronger we are once I upgraded the weapons? I know that's a dumb moment, but we also have item damage. But the thing is, I really wanted to have the anvil. And one evil thing the game does is, it always gives me the anvil right before I'm done maxing out, or right like after maxing out. And that's the evil thing. And banish. We don't need more than one magnet. I mean, walking around splits up the experience as well, and that's not great. Another gas mask. I don't like that I have so many banishes left, but there are a lot of things I would banish. I will give you one more projectile count. Size. 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 Size and projectile speed. Nah, you're good. Size and crit chance. Nope. Crit chance and crit damage. Nice. We also want to have base damage, you know, because the crit chance and the crit damage use the base damage as a multiplier. Dude, you just hate me today or something. But yeah. So damage would also be fine. Do we see a free chest somewhere? No. I will just slowly return to that. Is insane. I will slowly return back to the portal. We don't really have a reason to continue here. Size. Dude, the katana hates me. Damage and crit chance. Good enough. Good enough. That is like, perfect. I also love crit damage, but as I said, it doesn't really make a big difference. Size. Size and crit damage? No, size. Damage and... No. Size, sure. Size. I have to wait for the magnet effect here to hoover up all of the... We don't. It will eventually get hoovered up if the enemies just die around me. There was crit damage and damage. Oh no, I missed that. I will go for one more projectile count on you. Okay, size. Yeah, now it gets dangerous. So we need to max out the dice very fast. Projectile count and crit chance, okay. Crit chance and crit damage, good. But we don't have that many options to evade. I mean, this one is not one I'll take. Like, we don't need projectile speed. Do we? Oh, they are quite slow. Yeah, I think I need a little bit more projectile speed. Curse grabbies. Also a nice one. Also a nice one. Applies a debuff on the enemies. Did you see the potion? Holy moly. I mean, listen, this may not be the best thing to do, as we have seen, but it's definitely a fun... You know what? I'll just go for the big dice. Okay, stop it now. Like, come on. I do the meme for once, and now you always have size in there. Oh, no. Hör auf! I don't want more size. Chesty. We only have one more level up in it, by the way. That was a common. 1200% luck. Common. We don't have enough money, but we are about to have it. I want one legendary. I told you, the last one is a legendary. Hör auf. Overpowered lamp was for free. That is a really good one to re-trigger our on-hit effects. Do I have to leave? I'm not gonna chance it because we don't have a revival. The moment we max out, we either way just move on to the next stage. Perfect. Wait, we are maxed out. I have no more reason to stay. Like, we don't need to gamble. We maxed out. We did it. Even in this horrible run, we did it. And there's no reason to stay. Yes, we could get more chests, but we don't need more chests. We are good. Because the character also doesn't scale. We could scale more executes, but what could happen now is we get pushed out of the portal and just die. And... You actually survived because we have so many things that stack. Debuffs. Oh, that is interesting. Well, boss fight. I guess it would have been a little bit boring if we wouldn't have a boss fight here, right? Like, making a video on how to improve on the game and then we don't have a boss fight is a little bit of a meme. So, all I do is I just walk around. For this boss here, it's more than enough. You have to jump a little bit, but don't panic. And by the way, if you want to recharge your shield, just jump down the cliff. But you have to jump before you land, because otherwise you take fall damage. Don't push me. Okay, good. Honestly, I expected we deal a little bit more damage than this. Yeah, but it makes sense. We just have a lot of things that deal a lot of AoE damage and stack together. I don't like that he's climbing up here. Please don't do that. Why is there only one shrine? Oh, okay, the other ones are so far away. Never mind. So was the size Tome a good idea? I think it was okay. Our kills say it was horrible, but then again I didn't reset for like the perfect thing. Okay, let's chill for a moment to recharge the shield. Then there we go. Now this will be difficult because here the area is really tiny. So he will spawn his stuff now. I will walk around, but the last explosion is really big. Yep, there it was. I think I will do the one in the center last. So let's... Do you see the size of our katana, by the way? Those are the blade slashes that you see. Oh, okay. Do you see the size of that? A lot of projectiles are following me. A valid strategy is to just jump down. The thing that I described to you before. And I think I will keep jumping around right now to build up our shield. Dude, if I die in the boss fight, this would be so funny. Jump, 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 jump. Where's my shield? Why did it just take so long? What? It shouldn't take this long. Okay, so we are getting followed by homing projectiles. So what I'll do is... Perfect. That's actually not perfect. He's right next to me. Okay, nice. We did it. I have to run away. We need the shield now. And there we go. So let's do this. Now I will go around, but it's really tight. Dude, if I actually lose here, I'm gonna cry. I take 16 poison damage. Why did I look at it? Shield. Okay. 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 The problem is if I break this, we just win instantly. You know what I'll do? So I wanted to name this video how to improve in Megabonk or how to become a better player. But you know what? I'll now name this how to become a pro in Megabonk. Because here you see, even someone with like over 100 hours in the game will still die to the boss. Yeah, that happens if you don't have a revival and don't know the boss too well, but that's just what it is. I hope you guys still enjoyed it, and if you did, then don't forget to subscribe and give the video a like. See you the next time.